This week, we've shown you what state lawmakers are doing with your money when they're in Harrisburg. What happens, though, when they're back in their districts? Fox 43's Matt Maisel concludes our Price of Politics investigation with a look at why transparency in state government is a lot easier said than done.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Thanks for joining. How are things there at Colonial Park?
It's District Day for Dauphin County State Rep Andrew Lewis.
I agree. The public utilities are already being regulated to me.
Talking to constituents, writing legislation, he says he gets most of his work done when he's away from the Capitol.
Because I'm able to really hyper-focus on these issues, and it's not kind of the fire hose effect of all the legislation we consider on any given legislative day. Lewis
isn't alone. Harrisburg Democrat Patty Kim says dealing with pandemic issues like unemployment or vaccines or other general constituent needs are oftentimes more productive than passing bills.
We have incredibly serious needs out there, and this is the time where we can go out and talk to them face to face versus sitting in a beautiful chamber trying to get bills passed, and especially in my party, very few bills passed.
In all, 311 out of the nearly 4,200 bills introduced last session made their way to the governor's desk. A Fox 43 review of the 2020 session calendar found House lawmakers voted only 53 days of the year, 52 in the Senate. That's fewer than a fifth of all business days.
To think that looking at our session calendar and you guys just sit around in this beautiful, House floor, and then summertime we sit on a beach is absolutely not true.
So we asked all 45 of the state representatives and senators in the Fox 43 viewing area to show us their calendars. What do they do when they're not in session? No one did.
Some of that might be security issues as far as where we are and what we're doing and all that at every second of the day. Look, we're all held accountable by our voters every 4 years.
This includes Senate President Pro Tem Jake Corman, who said this in January.
Transparency in our work. This means making sure that all of our operations here in the Senate meet the standard of openness. I know some of you already put your office expenses online, and we all should do more to make sure the public sees exactly how we conduct our business.
Except most senators don't. 6 have outdated information posted online. Only 3 senators post their expenses. Corman is not one of them, though he does list his updated salary. Corman makes a legislature-leading $141,000 a year, the starting salary for a state lawmaker, $90,335 a year, and that doesn't include pensions, per diems, and benefits. Meanwhile, the average income for a Pennsylvanian, little more than $34,000.
We've done the public a disservice.
Senator Jim Brewster says the Commonwealth could be saving millions. For the last 6 years, he's been trying to punch out per diems and replace the tax-free expense system with receipts.
There's no disadvantage to anyone in the General Assembly. They'll reimburse for exactly what they spent.
He also has a bill to eliminate state-issued cars to lawmakers. That runs a $286,000 a year price tag to taxpayers. Senate Minority Leader Jay Costa wants every introduced bill to be considered, and Speaker Brian Cutler and Paul Schemmel of Franklin County have pushed to make PA a part-time legislature.
There are proposals that would change the rules to do that. I think ultimately it comes back to leading by example.
And a bipartisan group in the House, 8 Democrats, 8 Republicans, recently formed what they're calling the PA1 Caucus. Led by Tom Mahaffey of Dauphin County, they plan to tackle issues together.
I understand the skepticism as far as what's going on with people out there, but I'm hearing it from my constituents. I'm hearing that they want bipartisan work done.
Like anything in Harrisburg, though, if you want change, you need votes. And every 2 years, you get to decide where those votes come from. In Harrisburg, Matt Maisel, Fox 43 News.